Okay.
So, what if I told you that in the same time it takes for you to watch your favorite episode of whatever your favorite show is on Netflix, you could possibly save a life? That's kind of the way giving blood is. So, according to the Red Cross website, someone needs blood about every 2 seconds in the United States. There's a huge need for it. It's needed for things like traumatic injuries, certain disease treatments. I'll kind of get more into that a little bit later, but there's just a huge need for it. So, blood is kind of similar to the brakes in your car. If it's not there when you need it initially, you're probably never gonna need it. You'll understand that. But my grandma, she was the recipient of a blood transfusion. My mom, she's a nurse. She works in a hospital. She's administered life-saving blood transfusions. He's talked about kind of the need for it, and the donor pool for blood is. I'll talk about it a little later as well, but it's dwindling a little, and so it's important for us to step up. So in the speech, I'm going to kind of talk about the need for blood, giving blood. There's just a huge need for it in our society today. I'll talk about the solution for it, which is pretty simple, and then I'll talk about some of the benefits of giving blood as well as some of the negative consequences if you choose not to. So to start off, there is a definite need for giving blood. According to the Red Cross website, around 36,000 units are needed in the United States every single day. And the average donation is about 3 units. So if you do the quick math, that's about 12,000 people donating blood each day. Now, with the size of our population, that might not seem like a lot, but it is quite a bit. It adds up. And with the donor pool dwindling, as I said earlier, it's really important. So there's not a huge supply of donors, and a lot of the donors today are older. There's not a whole lot of younger people that are donating. Older generations tend to give more blood. According to an article in the USA Today, 60% of people over the age of 40 are the ones who give blood. So the vast majority of people who are giving blood are older, and eventually they're going to age out of the pool. There's a certain age restriction, as well as if there's certain diseases that you get, especially the ones that the older people are going to get, then that kind of takes them out of the pool. They can no longer donate. So it's really important for us younger people to step up and start donating blood. So not only that, but the need is increasing for certain things. According to a WebMD article, blood is needed for things like cancer treatment, sickle cell disease, complications during childbirth for women, as well as traumatic injuries like certain car accidents, things like that. It's just very needed, especially for the rare blood types. There's pretty limited amount of some of the more rare blood types, and so if you have a more rare blood type, you can look up what those are. It's important for you to get out and donate. So now that you kind of know some of the need for it, it's time to figure out the solution, which is really simple, and it's just for you to donate blood. There's, here in the city of Omaha, there's 2 locations that you can donate, and all you really have to do is just show up and take a little bit, that time you normally set aside to watch one episode of a show on Netflix. Just take that time aside and just go and donate. It's just really you being willing and able, and you can donate. It's not something you have to do every single day or every single week. You can only donate every 8 weeks. So 6 times a year, every 2 months. It's not a huge thing, a huge chunk of your time. It's not a huge devotion, and it's pretty easy, and it really can create a huge impact. So now I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of donating blood. And the first one is pretty obvious. It's helping others. There's a lot of people who need blood, some pretty severe injuries, things like that. So it's really important for you to donate blood so that you can help others in need and help save lives. There's also some health benefits to donating blood. According to an article on the Rasmussen College website, donating blood can do things like reduce your risk of cancer, help to keep your liver healthy, and even reduce harmful levels of iron in your system. So it'll help to bring those down. It can also, since they have to test the blood, if you have any issues that might show up, it will bring those to light. So if you had something going on maybe you didn't know about, then if you give blood, that might get turned up and you'll know that you have to get treated for that. So not only are those some of the benefits, there's also some negative consequences if you choose not to donate blood. And it's kind of a little morbid, but basically if you choose not to donate blood, you're kind of choosing not to help people in need and possibly not saving as many lives as possible. So according to America's Blood Center's website, 1 in 7 people who enter the hospital need blood. It's just a huge need, and people need it today. And just a pint of blood can save 3 lives. So it doesn't require a lot. There's certain things that need more blood, but as a general rule, it doesn't take a lot to make a huge difference. And according to the Red Cross website, if no blood was donated, around 5 million Americans would die every single year. So it's just administered way more than anybody talks about, and it's really important for the younger generation to step up. So as you can see, there's a huge need for blood. And there's also a pretty easy solution. Basically, just be willing and able. There's 2 locations here in the city. There's one off 132nd and Dodge and one in the Midtown area. Find whichever one's closest to you. And just go there. Just devote a little bit of time. And it's not a lot of work. You just sit there and give a little bit of blood. And you can make a huge difference. There's some benefits and there's negative consequences if you choose not to do it. So I would just call you. Go sign up. Find the one that's closest to you. And just make a difference. It's another quick and easy way for you to make a difference in our society today. Thank you.